The Nieman Fellowships at Harvard University provide a mid-career opportunity for journalists to engage in immersive study and broaden their intellectual horizons. Fellows are invited to enroll in graduate and undergraduate courses, and they're afforded wide-ranging opportunities to learn from distinguished figures who represent the fields of not only journalism, but also of business, of academia, of public service, and of the arts. To present this award representing the Goodman family, I'm joined by Lauren Goodman. Thank you, Lauren. Now, the fellowship is granted for a full academic year. It covers the cost of attending Harvard as well as a stipend for living expenses. And this year's recipient's impressive career to date has exemplified a deep commitment to both the practice of journalism, but also to the journalistic community and around the world, said Jonathan Goodman, chair of the Canadian Nieman Fellowship. She makes journalism better. A year at Harvard University as the Nieman Fellow representing Canada will only amplify and radiate her future impact on the profession. With a strong background of contributing to the Walrus, Canadian Business, and Maclean's, this year's fellow is one of the most passionate people I've ever met. She is the Executive Director of Journalists for Human Rights. We are pleased to announce that the Martin Wise Goodman Canadian Nieman Fellowship recipient for 2023 is Rachel Pulfer.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Farah. Thank you, Lauren. It is a true honor to be here with all of you. Toronto is the home, as we all know, of many diverse First Nation, Inuit, and Métis people. It's also now home to many settlers from all across the world. And for tonight, and tonight only, my redoubtable parents, Jim and Margaret Pulfer, are actually here at table 24. If any of you have ever worked with me or partnered with me and might want to know where the crazy passion and drive comes from, talk to them. My husband, Kareem Bardisi, also quite bent on making the world a better place, is with us as well. I feel incredibly humbled to receive this year's Martin Wise Goodman Canadian Nieman Fellowship. Thank you to everyone involved in this decision. A particular thank you to the Goodman family, Lauren, Jonathan, and of course, Martin Goodman's amazing wife, Janice. This honor is a tribute to everyone in this room and around the world who has ever worked with, served on the board of, or supported the work of Journalists for Human Rights. This award is for you. I would not be here without you, so thank you. You know who you are. I never knew Martin Goodman, but I would like to take a moment to quote from his publishing philosophy, which, as per his 1981 obituary, sprang from his firm belief in free speech as the foundation of our democratic society. So long as newspapers are free to report and comment on the news, he believed that democracy would be secure. We look around the world this year, and according to The Economist's Democracy Index, there are only 24 full democracies left on the planet, amongst a system of 182 member states of the United Nations. Let's take a moment to consider what that means. All of us in this room in some way work in or support journalism. In a sea of mis and disinformation, we represent facts and truth. We as journalists are fighting for a way of life informed by facts and defined by the freedom to choose. The facts currently tell us democracy is not secure. We face a world now increasingly defined by ChatGPT and AI-generated deep fakes. In such a world, reliable facts take on an extraordinary value. I am fortunate enough to be spending the coming year learning from and connecting with journalists around the world, people like us who are seized with this challenge, to push back against what Maria Ressa calls the global tide of authoritarian technocracy with truth and facts. Truth and facts can win out. They must. And with all of our support, they will. So I encourage all of you in this room to lean into this fight. Engage it with all that you have. Nothing less than our way of life is at stake. Thank you very much.